Consider reaching the age of 80, a milestone that many consider the true threshold of long life. By then, you've seen decades unfold, experienced joys and hardships, witnessed history reshaping the world, and perhaps raised children or even grandchildren who now carry the torch forward. But here's the sobering truth. While life expectancy has certainly increased over the past century, the reality is that most people still struggle to live beyond 80. Some pass away quietly in their late 70s, while others, though alive, endure those years in frailty, confusion, and discomfort rather than true vitality. And the question that echoes through the minds of many is simple. Why? Why is it that so many cannot cross that invisible barrier into a life that stretches comfortably and healthily? Past the 8th decade? The answer lies not only in genetics, luck, or accidents, but in hidden reasons that are silently chipping away at our bodies and minds. Long before the 80th birthday arrives, today we'll dive deeply into those reasons, unraveling the secrets of why so many struggle to thrive beyond 80, and more importantly, what can be done to change that story. Because believe me, the ability to not just live long but live well is already within our grasp. The first hidden reason behind this struggle is one that creeps in quietly, almost unnoticeably, until one day it seems overwhelming. The gradual loss of strength, something scientists call sarcopenia. Think of muscle as the body's engine. It powers every movement, from walking across the room to standing up from a chair, even to something as small as lifting a cup of tea. But by the time most people reach their 70s, as much as 30% of that engine power is already gone. Muscles that were once strong enough to carry groceries, climb stairs, or dance at a wedding are now weakened, shrinking quietly in the background. And here's the part many don't realize. This loss isn't just about struggling to open jars or lift heavy objects. It affects balance, increases the risk of falls, slows down recovery from illness, and even impacts organ health because muscles are reservoirs of protein and energy. An elderly person who loses strength isn't just at risk of needing a cane, they're at risk of cascading health issues that can shorten life. And yet, most people dismiss weakness as simply normal aging. They don't see that with even a little resistance training, regular walking, or mindful physical activity. They could preserve much of their strength and independence. The tragedy is that too many people slow down just when their bodies need movement the most, trading vitality for a sedentary lifestyle that accelerates decline. As the muscles weaken, something else often follows, a quieter, more devastating thief. This brings us to the second hidden reason, cognitive decline. The human brain, our command center, is incredibly resilient but not invincible. Over the years, little cracks begin to form. Moments of forgetfulness, occasional confusion, slower processing. These might seem harmless at first, like forgetting where the keys are or stumbling over a name, but left unchecked. This decline can spiral into conditions like dementia or Alzheimer's, which strip away not just memory but identity, independence, and the ability to make decisions. And here's where it becomes even more dangerous. When the mind begins to weaken, the body follows. Poor judgment about nutrition, missed medications, confusion about medical instructions. All of these become part of the daily struggle. Even something as simple as forgetting to drink enough water can trigger dehydration, falls, and hospitalization. The saddest part is that many people believe cognitive decline is an inevitable part of aging. But that's only half the truth. While some decline may be natural, the speed and severity of it can be influenced heavily by lifestyle choices. Brain stimulation, learning new skills, maintaining curiosity, engaging in meaningful conversation, eating foods rich in omega-3s and antioxidants, these things matter. Yet far too often as people age, they retreat into routines, avoiding new challenges, and in doing so, unknowingly accelerate the decline of their greatest asset, their mind. But even with a sharp mind and a body that's relatively strong, many seniors face a third hidden enemy that gnaws away at their will to live long: social isolation. Loneliness is a far bigger problem than most realize, and its impact is deadly. Studies now show that prolonged social isolation can be as harmful to health as smoking. 15 cigarettes a day. That's right. Loneliness doesn't just feel bad. It literally rewires the body, weakening the immune system, raising stress hormones, and increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. Think of the countless elderly individuals sitting alone in silent houses, with televisions as their only companions, waiting for an occasional phone call that may or may not come. For them, days blend into weeks, weeks into months, and the spark of life dims. Humans are social beings wired for connection, laughter, conversation, and touch. Without it, the body begins to interpret loneliness as a threat, keeping stress systems activated until they burn out the body from the inside. And tragically, this isolation often deepens as spouses pass away. Friends leave this world, and children become too busy with their own lives. But connection is medicine, one of the most powerful life-extending forces there is. Something as simple as regular community gatherings, phone calls, or spending time with friends can reignite purpose and lengthen life in ways pills never could. Yet even when strength, mind, and social ties remain intact, there is still a fourth hidden reason quietly undermining: longevity, chronic inflammation. Unlike the obvious inflammation you see when you cut yourself or sprain an ankle, this is the hidden kind, invisible to the eye but deadly to the body. It simmers quietly in the background, a low-grade fire caused by poor diets filled with processed foods, lack of exercise, unrelenting stress, or even environmental toxins. This chronic inflammation damages arteries leading to heart disease. It harms neurons leading to dementia. It eats away at joints, causing arthritis. It weakens the immune system, making it harder to fight off even small infections. And because it doesn't come with immediate, dramatic symptoms, most people never know it's there until it's too late. The sad irony is that this hidden inflammation can often be controlled or even reversed through consistent lifestyle changes, eating anti-inflammatory foods like leafy greens, berries, and fish, moving the body daily, practicing stress-relieving techniques like meditation or deep breathing, and staying hydrated. But because these solutions require daily commitment rather than a quick fix, many never adopt them, leaving the body to slowly burn itself out from within. So here we are, staring at 4 hidden reasons. Why so many struggle to live beyond 80, the loss of strength, the decline of the mind, the weight of loneliness, and the silent fire of inflammation. Each of these reasons alone is powerful enough to shorten life. But together, they create the perfect storm, gradually wearing away resilience until the body and spirit can no longer fight. But here's the uplifting truth: none of these are set in stone. Unlike genetics, which we cannot control, these hidden culprits are largely influenced by the choices we make, the habits we form, and the environments we create for ourselves. And that means change is possible. A person who chooses to lift light weights, walk daily, or stretch their body regularly is building a shield against frailty. Someone who challenges their mind with books, puzzles, conversations, or even learning a new skill is building mental resilience. An individual who reaches out to friends, neighbors, or joins community activities is building a web of connection that nourishes the soul. And someone who fills their plate with whole foods instead of processed ones, who manages stress instead of ignoring it, is actively extinguishing the flames of inflammation before they cause irreparable harm. Imagine for a moment an alternative picture of aging. Not one where the 80s are seen as a limit, but where they are simply another vibrant chapter. Imagine elders walking through parks with steady steps, laughing with friends at community gatherings,